like where all the athletes go.
All right.
Like, you know, for like.
So listen, I have a question for you, because I'm probably going to be in not official Facebook jail, but
Hang on one second.
Did you get banned off Facebook?
probably
Are you gonna get banned off?
more of just certain friends upset with me because of my post this morning.
All right.
So I took
What did you say?
Yeah. What was your post?
I took the quote of the agenda, the goals for Black Lives Matter in regards to dismantling the nuclear family. This is one of their goals. So then I also went and pulled from quotes from Karl Marx, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So my thing is this, in our country, that has been happening for a long time. It's not something new. But I just think it's weird that an organization would come right out and say that's one of their goals.
The goal is to what?
Hold on, let me see if I could pull it up and reread it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. All right. We disrupt, this is the goal, to disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another. You ever hear?
It's like a cult.
You ever hear of a what?
It's
See,
a cult. I mean,
here's
like,
the
why-
thing.
I mean,
in my neighborhood. Now, it might have been just because I was the bad kid in the neighborhood,
okay.
but my neighbors sometimes disciplined me
Right.
and watched
Oh, right.
and
Made sure you
reported
did
to my
yeah,
mommy.
what you did and didn't do. Yeah.
So that I can understand, but
That it takes a village to I get it.
But the problem is when you look at that on the other end, see, because if you're looking at it as the village is more important than the nuclear family.
No.
Well, that's what one of their goals is, to
Why would
promote.
that be? See, I feel that
Penn.
that they should promote nuclear family. Because the problem within I don't want to say the black community in general, but the lower income black community is that they don't have the family. The father is
And I
missing,
think
the
that is
mother
pretty much.
missing,
I think that's pretty much
the root of it.
been proven, and I think it's pretty
Yeah.
much even by a lot of African American
Groups.
and you see
Right.
celebrities.
Yeah.
Even and we need to rebuild the family. We need to get the father back in the
It
house.
started with welfare.
Oh, thank you.
I know. I'm educated.
Well, see,
I
that's-
may have certain views, but I
That's just it.
It happened with
So
welfare.
listen, here's a
You
weird
can
one.
get welfare as long as you don't have the father of the child in the picture. Well, then
Right.
the father
Well, the father of the
leaves,
child's gonna leave.
and well, what's gonna happen? Now she gets all this money, okay, but then he's gonna find another woman who he's gonna be with, and then that's how it all just.
So I'm at my office one day in Erie, and we're having a discussion like this, and one of the employees, my warehouse supervisor at the time, he comes to me, and it was right after the 4th of July because he was at a party, and he said, I had to just about get up and leave. He said, so I'm sitting there listening to a discussion about this young girl. She's saying, that she's got 2 kids and that she gets a certain amount in
Right.
welfare.
Yeah.
And the 2 older ladies are telling them that she has to get 1 more. The goal is 3 because once you get 3, you max out.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I don't know
so
exactly.
she's telling this
yeah.
young girl
that's
to
single.
go out and get pregnant.
That probably doesn't
So that
have a
she
good
can
job.
get the next, probably has no job.
So that she can get to the next tier.
level on welfare.
Welfare is to help you get
Right.
to where you need to be.
But and I'm not going to say
I was on SNAP. I was on Medicare when I
it's-
had Kenzie, once I got my
But it
job
can't be a goal.
once I got my job at a year and a half, I still qualified for everything, but I didn't apply for it. Why? I didn't need it.
Uh-huh.
See, and like I say, it was one of the things that Karl Marx said. The thing with him too is he's like he didn't think that would ever happen. Like,
Right.
Like that would be a goal.
was
but
just like,
there's no way.
Just put
You know,
this on
his thing
there.
was about property, about taking away property, and if you don't have a nuclear family, there's
It's
no
easy.
need. There's no need. It's a lot easier to take away property.
Right.
But
Yeah. No.
the federal
I
government's been doing it through welfare for
Think, no. I think,
decades.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sickening.
Absolutely.
So now you have an organization that's come out, and because their
They're-
branding,
Right.
their branding is so perfect that you can't say Black Lives Don't Matter.
Or you can't
Right.
say anything against it because
So
then
they've
it's-
connected themselves with this brand that churches, that people that don't understand, that don't get
The
on their
real-
website
yeah.
and read their agenda
the real workings of it.
are all on board with.
But what benefit would ruining the nuclear family be? I don't understand that. Like,
Because you weaken the populace.
I mean, I get it, but BLM is all about strengthening the black community. Like, how would that benefit?
Well,
That's what
apparently,
I don't understand.
apparently,
Like, what is their argument
their
for that?
view of strengthening is different from most because they're Marxist. They believe that the populace needs to be controlled by the few. That those living in, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they believe that those living in squalor need to be controlled and cared for. Instead of where I see it as they need to be encouraged and lifted up
Right,
and
they need to be
trained
helped.
and helped to move
Right.
forward.
Not taken care of. Right. Get the man a haircut and a shave so he can go get a job.
Yeah, to
not
teach somebody.
Not give him,
That's why I'm
$100
always saying,
every week.
teach
just to
trade.
come-
First of all, show somebody. You know,
Right.
the program we have shows people that they can do this on their
Right.
own.
Right.
That they're
It's not
capable
hard.
of going out, getting up every morning, going
do this.
going to work, making a paycheck. You
Coming
know.
home and relaxing and just I
But I
don't
just
understand
I don't
that.
listen. The only thing
And what do people say to
The
you?
I haven't gotten any responses yet. I
Yeah.
think
Oh, okay.
people are letting it like ooh.
They just didn't. I'm not touching that with typical.
But I mean, that's just the truth. They're trying to break down
I think that would hurt
something
them.
that would be far more
I
healthy.
think it would hurt them to destroy the nuclear family. I
The only-
think they need.
Well, of course it'll hurt. Listen. The black community, yes, it's going to continue to hurt them because it's
Right.
hurting them now.
Right.
But I think their view of this is in order to really care for them, and I'm just trying to think in their heads,
Yeah.
to really care for them as a communist would,
You can't care about yourself.
you have to control them. You have to, if you're going to care for them, you got to shut everything down so that then you can say, okay, this is your food for the week.
Right.
This is the job you're expected to do. This is
And here's-
how many kids you're allowed to have. See that because that's more of a
Yeah.
communist way of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
You think it's weird? Queen didn't say anything, so this whole conversation was between.
I'll be honest with you, Mage. Queen doesn't say much
The
of
old-
anything when you and me are talking.
Just me and Reba over here.
Well, I've been preoccupied. She has to run Buffalo's checks.
Oh, she's working. All right. Remember, we're not supposed to mention things.
Well, it's just a
We better
channel.
get off because there's somebody at the door,
Yeah.
and we're almost a whole
At
10
least in their
minutes.
account number.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.